Layla B gets off at the cut. But the king of bad things with the cubic cuts. Your music gonna make you through the butt. Restoring for show. We're here to introduce you to the morning show.
Chris is chillin', Terminator's chillin', Hall of Famers rapping people what you think. Layla is chillin', Soren is chillin', Ilya, we got Mad Link, James Gang reppin', Big Wig reppin', Akron, Cleveland, LA to Vegas, Fly Cry, LeBron James a rap. I'm a pole model, I see your brain and cap.
What's up, Vegas? What's up? It's Chris Thomas and hello, world. And welcome to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. In this corner, I got the Prime Minister, DJ Mad Links, and we have the ambassador of hip-hop, Soren Baker, and we have coming in the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, DJ Terminator X. And don't forget our girl, Layla, the Queen Diva. But we have another diva for you today, and her name is Noonie LaRue. And we'll be bringing her in to tell you a little bit about herself a little later on in the show. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get it started because we got a special tribute to Jamar Warner. Jamar Warner, of course, Malcolm Jamar Warner, who was on the Cosby Show. And we have Ice Cube saluting the star. Also, we have Snoop Dogg on stage with Zach Brown, his band, as he was firing up a joint smoking. And Akon wants a celebrity boxing match with anybody. And after we do our love and happiness, we want to talk a little bit about men are coloring their lips with lipstick. All right. So let's get on with the show. This is the Barack quote of the day.
Hello, everybody. This is Bill, the 44th, with the celebrity quote of the day. If you have no critics, you'll likely have no success. Quoted by Malcolm X. And that was the celebrity quote of the day. Now back to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team on KSHP Radio 107.1 FM and 1400 AM. Enjoy your day, everybody.
All right, moving right along. Of course, as I said, we got the top-notch all-star team here on the Chris Thomas Show, brought to you by 100% sucker-free brands and TB3. That's in coordination with the Ebony Inn Barbecue, and that's in Fairmount Heights, Maryland. So right about now, we're going to check out, before I introduce the crew, I want to listen to Layla. Not Layla. You got to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I had an interesting night last night. Also, before I even go into the love and happiness, my role manager had a heart attack as we were leaving a comedy night that I do in Silver Spring, Maryland. So I want to give out to his family and even to him if he's able to listen. Ernie Doja from Ragtime Entertainment. So right now, let's listen to Love and Happiness. This is Diamond D.
Hello, this is Diamond D with Love and Happiness, where I'm giving you some love advice, some happiness advice, some everyday good advice to make your day a little more loving. We live in an online dating world. Almost everyone who is single has been or are currently on an online dating site. Online dating can be fun, but a recent study on online dating reminds us that these sites are making money off of people's loneliness and singleness. The more people who are looking for love, the more money these dating apps and sites make. So the study advises us to be smart on these sites. It suggests you find someone in your league quickly and get off the dating site. You probably want to know what is someone in your league. A similar study found that a person's league is determined by attractiveness or beauty, race, age, and education level. Surprisingly, money and salary were not league factors, which goes to say that money can't buy you love, but it can definitely drive the $3 billion dating site industry. This is Diamond D with Love and Happiness. Be sure to check me out on Facebook and SoundCloud, where I'm working to make your day a little more loving.
All right, you just heard she said online dating Online dating. But first, let me introduce our new team member. This is Noonie LaRue. Noonie, how you doing?
Let me unmute myself. Oh my God. What's going on, Vegas? What's up? This your
All
girl,
right.
LaRue.
All right. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, I'm a stand-up comedian straight up from St. Louis, Missouri, royalty. Finally stepping into the spotlight as a new voice, just riding shotgun with the legendary Chris Thomas. 107.1 FM. Yeah, I'm just the first lady in this male cave. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it down, Vegas. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing a rare combo of Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Midwest swing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody from St. Louis ever done it quite like this. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do some things. But yeah, I just been traveling, just doing comedy in different cities, and of course my city, St. Louis. And yeah, I'm just ready to just have fun, bring some laughs, real talk, and just maybe a little pettiness, you know, bring it to y'all fellas, you know. So buckle up,
That
baby. Your girl in the
that's
building.
it. And now I want to introduce to the top notch team. Soren Baker, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Chris, and very excited to explore these topics today. I think it's going to be a lively discussion.
Yes, it is. What about you, Mad Links?
I'm here in Naples, Florida, broadcasting live from the Sunburst Cafe. And yeah, I'm glad we got some estrogen back in the chat. Like I told you, I'm
What
a lot.
about you? What about you, Terminator? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm here. Welcome, Nui.
Thank you.
Noonie. So let's go right on in with it. We'll go in with the dating theme, then we'll get to the Malcolm Jamal Warner. All right. So what about the online dating? Has anybody ever done it? I know you haven't done it, Soren. Now, Terminator,
That's
you might
correct.
be, and DJ Mad Links. And what about you, Noonie? So let's go with Noonie LaRue, since she's our special guest today. Have you ever did any online dating?
I have done it, and I was on sugardaddy.com. Show was, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I was looking for the one. And I found out a lot of weirdos. But I did find one sugar daddy. He's still around. But yeah.
Okay, you got that. What about you, DJ Mad Links?
Hell to the no. Nope. I'm not
What?
interested. Ain't no way, ain't no how. Not happening. Not the
You ain't
kid.
get catfish, huh?
Oh,
You
Well,
ain't got time.
the only catfish
well,
I
of
want is
course.
gonna come from a fine southern restaurant. That's
Bones
it.
bones. Well, mine's with the bones.
Well, Terminator, he might be the one that's doing it now. What about you, Terminator?
Don't count on it, but I will. I will admit I have done it. I have done it before.
So you've done it before, and what happened? And what happened?
Terminator, you muted.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, never me, but I have done it. I will admit I've done it many years ago. Like long time ago, but that's back. That's back way back in the day, and I had a relationship with someone that I met online, but I wouldn't do it in these days. No,
Okay.
sir.
Was that when Christian
Oh.
Mingles first came out? You want that?
I'm talking back like the what was it? Back in the MySpace days.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not gonna ask. Well, I'm not gonna ask Soren. I'm not gonna ask Soren. And what we're gonna do? We're gonna move on. First of all, we're gonna have you play Terminator. Is Ice Cube's salute to the Cosby star Malcolm Jamal Warner, and let's see what he has to say as he was walking through the airport. Let's check that out. And we are on YouTube, everybody. The Chris Thomas Show is on YouTube, Las Vegas. Here we go.
Hey, look, man. Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away.
That's right.
You know, like he kind of changed the paradigm with with the Cosby Show, with the stuff he was doing. Do you feel like that opened the gates for you to make a character like Nick from like Are We There Yet or something like that? You know, like that.
I don't look at it like that. I just look at him as an actor who really brought, realness to television on playing a great character, playing a great son on the Cosby Show. He did a few good things, outside of the Cosby Show.
Malcolm and Eddie was great. Yeah.
It's tragic.
All right. So was that I know he was moving through the airport and everything, but they were trying to say that did he pick up anything, as we always do? Of course, the slang that we use called yo. I've heard that on the Andy Griffith show, and that's way before I've heard black folks use the word yo. So you understand what he's trying to say, Soren, right? With
Yeah.
him getting some ideas from the Cosby show. I mean, did he when he wrote Are We There Yet? So what do you think he's trying to say?
I think that was a bit of a stretch, in my opinion, but I also think that one of the things that we got to do is always pay homage to the influences and the great legacy of people. But I also think at the same time, you can't just say, oh, did this character influence you because he was a popular show or he was a black actor or whatever the reason was going through dude's mind. It seemed an enormous stretch, like the going from Cali to Japan. Seemed a little bit ridiculous.
Exactly. What about you, Terminator?
Well, I missed the influence. I missed the Cosby Show broadcast show. Like I'm so tired of how many times are we gonna tell the story of drug dealers that grew up in the hood? All the no disrespect that all the people that do that stuff, but it's like, where's the balance? We used to have a balance. There's no new Cosby Show, so to speak, in my opinion, or not enough. I have a great clip of him doing a poem, whether we play it or not.
Oh yeah, we're gonna play it.
Okay, but
okay, we're gonna play it. So
okay.
what we're gonna do is, what about you, Matt, DJ Mad Links?
I couldn't really hear what Q was saying, but I thought he could at least stop for 30 seconds without like strutting through the airport like he was Barack Obama, and at least get a man his like a little bit of respect.
Right on.
But to echo off what Terminator was saying, yeah, I think that the Cosby Show, I mean, regardless of whatever Bill, aka Bill Cosby, did or didn't do at a time, that it was much more acceptable than what it is looking at it through a 2020's prism. The impact of the Cosby Show and the character of Theo cannot be overstated. So, and again, I agree. In a world where apparently the only black TV programming you can have comes from Tyler Perry, we do need some like just regular like characters, ones that are not just vilified by the female characters, where it's always the male character being negative and taking a woman through hell and whatnot. Like the to be able to see characters like Claire Huxtable, Cliff Huxtable, Theo, Vanessa, that was really perfect for the time, and I think we're at a time where we need to see something like that again.
All right. What about you, Nuli Naru?
I feel like like what he said, he could at least stopped, at least
right.
Respect, at least acknowledge the fact that, someone's talking to you, instead of being just rude. But like you were saying, it was a big staple in our community, and we lost a big a part of that. And but Malcolm J. Warner did teach us, that you could be cool without being loud, you could be smart without being a square, you know what I'm saying? And so he really did teach, well, in my days, 'cause, I'm a young buck on her, but did teach our young men, it was more to just being gangbanger or doing drugs or selling drugs, anything like that. You could do something better and actually go to school and achieve things. So yeah, we did lose a great legend in the game. So, but again,
Well, thank you.
stopped. That's it. So,
And just to let everybody know, he died, passed away by drowning, and that's the reason I don't swim, even though I can't swim, is because they tell people about the riptides, and I don't know what he was thinking that day. It hasn't changed since global warming. So I feel for the family, and my condolences to his family or any one of his friends that may know him. So right about now, we're going to go to the African American Humor Awards Sin City Comedy Spotlight, and none other than we're going to play is Bill Cosby here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. Let's check it out.
Let me give you an example of what I call the same thing happens every night. It's supper time. Do you have children? How old? They're grown now. But how many did you have? 2. Okay. That qualifies. Because a person with one child, I don't call them really a parent. Because there are too many things left out. If you just have one child, there are too many things left out. For instance, if something's broken in the house, you have one child, you know who did it. So you don't have to go through. You know the child did it. Also, people with one child do not have to go through. Will you stop touching me? I mean, if you got one child and the child's doing that, then you got to take it away,
All right. That was Bill Cosby, of course. He was the star of The Cosby Show with Malcolm Jamar Warner. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to Malcolm Jamar Warner poem. He's going to do Terminator. He's going to do his poem, and then after that, we're going to go into the Terminator X Rap City mix, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about some more about Malcolm Jamar Warner. Here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch team, we got Soren Baker, we got DJ Mad Links, we got Terminator X, and we got Noonie LaRue. Noonie LaRue. All right, check it out.
Out of here. Would you mind doing a poem?
This piece is Asante Sana. Habari gani, comrade? What, you still on that freedom shit? Word? Well, yeah, you know me in this poetry, we still be on that weedum shit. That birthing inspirational couplets and breedum shit. That I spit, cat should heed 'em shit. That words can't break my bones, but if you cut me, Holmes, I bleed 'em. Shit. Atonement for the masses of hard asses and heads that tread on civil liberties in the most uncivilized of fashion is said to be dead. Can we afford to be dumb for free? See, that's the question I'm asking as I beg for an ounce of truth amongst the aloof surrounding me. My vices are proof that these demons keep hounding me. Reality keeps pounding me, almost astounding me into the strange hypocrisy. You see, I preach the same hope that I'm losing daily, like my religion. Peep how deep I bear my soul. I stand on the precipice of this crossroads. It's like I want to give my life to the cause, but which one? Ignorance is running so ridiculously rampant, I can't tell if I'm hating or merely debating just for fun. But I do know my heart heaves heavy upon hearing the fluttering hum of the feeble footsteps of fear, stamping out the ferocious flames of our dogged desire and determination to outpace the perilous prophecy our captors have programmed to be our faith, and thus our fate. I know my soul writhes with anxiety aches. Lies no longer need disguise when they start looking like the truth. Like, how do we ignore cries of ill-guided youth spitting dope bars of self-hate over beats that bang harder than strange fruit hangs? Meanwhile, her breasts hang and her booty bangs harder than the gun claps of rival gangs fighting over territory they don't even own. And in magic cities everywhere, she feeds her babies based on her ability to shake what her mama gave her because her pops was too busy breaking in his disappearing act to save her from these mean streets that eat the meek in one swallow. Lies no longer need disguise when the truth is viewed as hollow through the eyes that need it most. We, descendants of stolen legacies, children of ancestors who cannot be broken, birthers and bearers of a culture that has been repeatedly robbed and ransacked to feed the spiritually famine like a black woman's bosom. We who become a pre-existing condition simply because we pre-exist. We who realize we are worthy. We are the guardians. We are the gardeners. We are the soil. We are the toil. We are the protectors of our seeds who need to be protected, who need to see true love and black excellence redirected, not through fame and fortune, but redirected through character and deed. And indeed, it is those who stand on the front line, fighting for the minds of our young, black, and gifted. It is you who are an inspiration to me, because you are the revolution we do not see on TV. Asante Sana.
Nice.
All right.
Malcolm
Hey,
Jamal
all right,
Warner.
all right.
This whole conversation is a reinforcement.
That was Malcolm Jamal Warner with his talented poetry. And that was wonderful. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about Malcolm Jamal Warner. But right about now is Terminator's Rap City mix. So what we got, Terminator?
All right, today I got a salute to some of my favorite lady rappers, hip hoppers. I got of course Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, representing the West Coast, Yo-Yo, Lauryn Hill, and the first, at least the first known female rapper, MC Shy-Rock. There you go.
All right, here we go. Here on the Chris Thomas Show.
The queen is hyped up. The queen is hyped up. The queen is hyped up.
Hey, Mike,
the queen is hyped up.
People been trying to get fierce on me. I think it's time I tell them about themselves. Yo, just let me tell you suffice. Well, it's the L.A., the T.I., the F.A.H.U.C.Y., the Q-double-E, and is the reason I must be myself. What else? Well, fame hasn't got me. Souped up, selling out, sloppy or poppy. There's so much to live for. Therefore, here's more from a woman. All women, keep the rumors to yourself. The overblown, homegrown, non-known fools who never shown fruit. Let alone go like the props or a hip-hop watch your notch or your clock is my spot. Now got the
Yes,
box.
sir. So when after this, you can go with the Brian Hooks or the Tommy Davidson drop, and you can actually play the station ID right after that.
How dare those who talk, we can't have them. So make me wanna go out with the
Yeah,
bad
or vice versa.
why civilized and going higher. Judgments from the queen, punishment is fire. I'm here to make these fools out of liars. You must learn to step and respect the
That's
sire.
DJ Bad Thing.
My teachers had it up to hear the force of feeling fear. Sound is playing like a cute digging in your ear. Mama Zulu stands for positivity, knowledge, and grace.
When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head as just chit chatter. You may think it's egotistical or just very free, but what you say, I take none of it seriously. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you so. I'd let you pretend to read me, and then you know. I hate when one attempts to analyze. In fact, I despise those who even try to look into my eyes to see what I am thinking. That dream is over. Your yacht is sinking. I tell all of you, like I told all of them, what you say to me is just paper thin. Word.
My name is Yo-Yo. I'm not a the 90s, you're still in the 80s, right? I rock the mic, they say I'm not ladylike, but I'm a lady, who will pull a start though? I kill suckers and even hit the block, so what you wanna do, you must play it world. Cause to me, that you simply can't get none. You're better, but in a Hollywood, and it's no color right here. No, you can't play it like yo. Don't try to play me out, don't try to play me out, don't try to play me out, don't try to play me out. Here I come, you can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Gonna find you. Let's go! I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress if you don't possess less. I must confess, my destiny's manifest. This is vortex and sweats. I make tracks like I'm homeless. Rap orgies with Porgy and Best. Capture your bounty like Elliot Ness. Yes, bless you if you represent the fool, but I hex you. So which is true if you do. I could do what you do. Easy, believe me. Frontin' niggas give me heebie-jeebies. So why you imitating Al Capone? I be needing Simone and defecating on your microphone. Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slow. If you're ready for this, say ready for this. If you're ready for this, say ready for this. Are you ready for this? We're ready for this. If you're ready for this, say ready for this. If you're ready for this, are you ready for this? We're ready for this. Are you ready for this? She's the joy. Put it up, y'all. Do it up. Sha-Rock is gonna show you how you get real rough. I'm Sha-Rock, and I can't be stopped for all the fly guys. I will hit the top, but I can do it for the ones go weak and strong, and I can do it for the ones go right or wrong. Well, I'm listed on the column that's classified. I could be a nurse, and I'm qualified to talk about respect. I won't neglect. My strategy is for you to see, so don't turn away by what I say, cause I'm bad when I'm talking to you. Therefore, fly brothers who can do it. The party people in the place is just for you to get down, get on down. She's the best one more and I'm throwing down. She's the best female in this town. And everybody know that I'm golden brown, and you know she's the
You're listening to the Chris Thomas Show with Lalo Lopez, DJ Mad Links, Terminator X, and Soaring Baker on KSHP Radio, 107.1 FM and 1400 AM.
Hey, this is Tommy Davis. When I'm in Vegas, I listen to the Chris Thomas Show, and you better know that for real.
All right. So that was the Rap City hip hop mixed with the Hall of Famer Terminator X. And of course, we're sponsored by 100% Sucker Free Brands. We got the Prime Minister, DJ Mad Links. We got the Ambassador of Hip Hop, Soren Baker. And we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, DJ Terminator X. And of course, Noonie LaRue from St. Louis. And so we were just talking about Malcolm Jamar Warner. And as I said, how do we accept this? Because this wasn't, it was something that he was doing while he was vacationing with his family. He was out swimming. So how do we look at this? Do we look at this that he should have put a life vest on? I don't know if he had one on or not. But how do we look at this, Soren?
Well, I know Terminator's trying to get in, so let's get Terminator because I think he got something to say.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
So my understanding is he drowned in the rip current.
Okay.
So I'm speaking from experience. I've encountered 3 rip currents that I can remember in my life, and thankfully I was the first 2. I was a youth. A rip current is one of those things you can't explain to someone. You have to experience it on your own. It will make you panic. You'll be like, "What?" I mean, you'll be there once. You could be on the edge of the water. you might walk in a little further, and the big waves is coming, and all of a sudden you're sucked out into the ocean. it's. I mean, it's. If you don't know what's going on, you will panic. You know, and then if we're a little older. I'm just being honest. Depending on your health, it's something you have to be calm and be knowledgeable with, because the way they tell you to get out of them is to swim parallel to the shore. But when you're panicking, I mean, you don't know what to do. It's very easy for someone to drown in that situation, and you can't prepare for it. I mean, you can, but I mean, how many people go to the beach and they research? Okay, I know there's rip currents, but nobody does that.
Right.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
But what?
So
But what?
yeah.
But what do you? I mean, they've been saying all summer about the rip current. Do you think that he just thought it maybe wasn't going to happen to him, or should he have been a little bit more cautious? I know I'm a big fan. Of course, my favorite show was Malcolm and Eddie. Uh, but I mean, he's not here to speak. And people die and they drown in pools. They drown in the tub. So water is nothing to play with. What about you, Mad Links?
I would just track it up to a freak accident. Like
Right.
I really can't say as though like he could have or should have done something different in
Right.
this regard. And ultimately, we don't have the facts. We have
Right.
pieces of kind of what happened. And Terminator, thanks so much for your insight on something that I myself am not knowledgeable about. But
Right.
I definitely understand what Terminator is alluding to and saying that the panic and the nervousness that can
Right.
ensue in so many instances. People talk about being stuck in quicksand, or you could be Chris, you said the water's nothing to play with, not just in terms of
Right.
being immersed in it, but you're driving on an interstate and it happens to be raining and then mixed with
Right.
oil and you have a rain slip. Well, the nervous person will turn the steering wheel the exact opposite way, which you should. And the way you should turn it is the exact opposite way that it feels like you should turn it. So,
Right.
you know, without us being in a set of circumstances similar to what the late now Malcolm Jamal Warner was
Right.
ultimately taken by, it is just so hard to say about anything. But listen, a great man who had an amazing early part of his career, who continued on in doing so much, who was a loving father on vacation with his family in a beautiful place, and it just had unfortunately horrific consequences. And God bless the dead.
Exactly. What about you, Noonie? What about you? Okay. Well, she's not. She went out. Seem okay. Is she? Are you in?
Nah.
Okay.
We seem to have
Okay.
lost it, but Soren was
Yeah.
actually supposed to go first. We forgot about him.
Right.
Soren, go ahead.
Right. Yeah. I was about to go to him. I was about to go to him.
Yeah. No, I think Mad Link's building off what Mad Links and Terminator were saying. The main thing as somebody that is a proficient swimmer and somebody that took swim lessons and was on the swim team and all that type of stuff, the main thing is, like Terminator, if you're in the water and something's going on, you got to try to stay calm, because that'll retain as much air as you can. So if you are underwater for a couple seconds, remember, you can hold your breath for a lot longer than you think you can. So the main thing is to not stress, to not overreact. Just stay as calm as you can, hold your breath, and try to get your orientation going, because with the rip currents and them being powerful, I've never been in a rip current, but I have been in a significant undertow where it'll move you 10, 20 feet, like in a couple seconds, like in a second or two. And it's very shocking and disorienting. But the main thing is you just got to stay calm as you can and make sure you see where the sun is, because that's up. So you just want to make sure to navigate, use the sun as the direction as the North Star, and that'll really help you if you do ever find yourself in an unfortunate circumstance like seemingly Malcolm Jamal Warner did. But like most things, nature is more powerful than we can imagine, and it's also beautiful, but you got to be aware and ready to protect yourself.
All right.
Yeah,
This is the Chris Thomas Show with the Top Notch team, of course. And what did you say, Terminator?
Now I was just gonna throw in. I was speaking to someone else about it. I said, the ocean is kind of like a panda. It may look cute, yeah, but mess around if you want to. But yeah, I just think it's something that I think more information should be just given about rip currents. People, it's something that people need to learn about, be educated about the ocean, and it's just not well known enough.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we have another video, audio of Malcolm, and this is an iconic scene. Let's check it out. That the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Let's check out that scene, and we'll just donate this time for Malcolm today, since we in on it, and we'll talk about him. All right, so go ahead, Terminator.
And I see your point.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I have a point too.
Make your point.
You're a doctor and mom's a lawyer. And you're both successful in everything, and that's great. But maybe I was born to be a regular person and have a regular life. If you weren't a doctor, I wouldn't love you less because you're my dad. And so, instead of acting disappointed because I'm not like you, maybe you can just accept who I am and love me anyway because I'm your son.
Theo, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. No wonder you get D's and everything. Now you are afraid to try because you're afraid that your brain is going to explode and it's going to ooze out of your ears. Now I'm telling you, you are going to try as hard as you can. And you're going to do it because I said so. I am your father. I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out.
So what I got to say about that is, I'm sure there's a doctor and a lawyer who's married somewhere in this country, many of them, who have a son and who may have said something like that to their father or their mother. What did you, listening to that scene on the Cosby Show, what did that tell you, DJ Mad Links?
There's so many layers to that particular scene, which is like an iconic one. And it speaks about love. It speaks about true parenting. It speaks about the power of a father in the home, with his son or with his or her child. Again, so many layers. And Chris, it was so fitting that you chose for today's Comedy Spotlight a piece from Bill Cosby as well. And and I mean this in every sense as a historian of many things. That was a bit that was featured in Bill Cosby himself, which came out in 1981, and that is one of the greatest comedic performances made into a movie ever. And one of the things that most people may not even recognize is that particular body of work was done with zero profanity and was so just brilliant. And Bill had brought in so many pieces up from that work into the Cosby Show. And again, that was just such a beautiful piece. And the comedic timing between Bill and Malcolm Jamal Warner in that piece was just, it was all time great. So I'm glad that there's a body of work from Malcolm and Bill, who obviously is advanced in age these days, that will forever remind us of what it truly means to be a parent, and also much of the foolishness that a child will try to get over on their parents.
Right, exactly. What about you, Soren?
Yeah, I think the beauty of it, and to Matt Links's point, the timing is you get all wrapped up in what Malcolm Jamal Warner Theo is saying, and the audience is all with him, but then Bill, with his delivery and his style, just flips it all on his head. And we all know from being in those environments, the parents weren't going to be playing that, especially to Matt Lynx's point, when you got the father in the home and you have that accountability that I think that we need more of in our society, that somebody is going to hold you accountable for your actions. And in this instance, Theo's failures as a student. And Bill wasn't going to let that slide. And I think to be able to do that in a way that was both comedic, but also got the point across, I think is why it's so powerful and so timeless.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Noonie?
With me, it was just seeing a father being a father. You know, like seriously, like, you know, getting that one-on-one, you know, like, okay, I understand that you messing up, but this is what we're gonna do. How we gonna fix it? You know, you know, I understand, you know, but what we gonna do about it? You know, so when I say I just love the show, I just love the show, and it's just so unfortunate. But like again, a father being a father, and just a father being at home, just instilling in him, you know, what's needed, what he's expecting. So yeah, it was all. That's always a good scene. But then, you know, the Bill Cosby just breaking the ice. We all like, oh man, he's gonna get in trouble. Then, you know. So it's always good to see all the time. But yeah, just that father being a father is always a thing. Always gets me choked up.
And to let people know that the Cosby Show is actually on TV all the time on TV One, and I think BET also. What about you, Terminator? What did you get from it?
Well, I think everybody kind of said a lot. I think it's another example of why Cosby Show programming needs to come back. It's for me at least, it's an extension of, you know, it takes a village. You know, that's another neighbor helping you raise your child. You know, we need more of that programming. We really do.
Exactly, right here on the Chris Thomas Show. So now, DJ Mad Lynx, what we got for the R&B soul mix?
I feel like a little bit of a R. Kelly, Zhané, and shouts out to the ladies of Zhané, releasing 2 phenomenal albums, but y'all broke my heart that they never released anything else, but I'm still giving you some of that. And another great duo, Groove Theory, who only came through for us on one. And I decided to just go ahead and share some nice midweek R&B music with the Chris Thomas Morning Show. Here it goes.
All right, this is DJ Mad Lynx R&B soul mix. Let's check it out. Here on the Chris Thomas Show.
DJ Mad Lynx.
DJ Mad Lynx.
So amazing. Many lovers has come and many lovers have gone. Similar to an old fashion song. Will be still putting it down, my baby. You can change the frame, but the picture remains the same. Similar to the sun after the rain. 1,000 years from now, oh, you be still putting it down, my baby. Baby girl, in other words, forevermore, I'll be here. Cause my whole life's been full of joy ever since you came here. Girl, my whole world goes around. Because you spin me, yeah. In every time I'm making love. Step in the name of love. Step in the name of love. Clap in the name of love. Clap in my hands. Step in the name of love. Step in the name from side to side. If I could, if I pack it up, seal it tight, and I'd send it overnight. Every time I hear your voice and I look into your eyes, there's a burning sweet sensation inside me. Look in your eyes, DJ Mad
So amazing, amazing.
Yeah. I've been doing my own thing. Love is always that way. In bad timing. To my great surprise, ever since I looked in your eyes, I had one question for you. Tell me if you want me to give you all my time. I wanna make it good for you. 'Cause you blow my mind. I promise, boy, that I'll be true. You're the perfect one. So tell me if you want me to. Yeah. If you fall asleep on this, boy, you're wrong. 'Cause all I dream about is our first kiss. And you're the first one to make me feel like this. And this is one opportunity that I can't resist. No. You won't know the deal. You are wondering if the words I'm saying are for real. 'Cause you got more appeal than any man in this whole world. And baby, I've got to know how you feel. If you want me to give you all my time, I wanna make it good for you. 'Cause you blow my mind, I promise, boy, that I'll be true. You're the perfect one, so tell me if you want me to.
What's up, good people? It's your boy Brian Hooks from the Eve Show and Soul Plane. And when I'm in Vegas, I'm listening to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. Yeah.
All right, we're back to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch team. Soren Baker, Terminator X, DJ Mad Links, and of course, Noonie LaRue. So, so there won't be any reunions with the Cosby Show, and there's no more Malcolm Jamal Warner. I wonder, since I do know Carl Payne, who used to be on the Cosby Show, I wonder how he's feeling. Those people who have worked with him constantly through those years, I wonder how they feel. Do you? I mean, what about the one who played the mom and Lisa Bonet? And I mean, my father used to say this: some people live too long and some people die too soon. I'm gonna say for my dad, I believe they died too soon. So where do we go from here? Because I'm sure, and there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, just like Ozzy Osbourne passed away, and I was a fan of Ozzy Osbourne. Any fans of Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
Go, Mad Links.
Absolutely. I mean, Ozzy was a musical icon dating back to his days with Black Sabbath. He's always been associated with guitar virtuosos, the late great Randy Rhoads, who, when Ozzy first became a solo artist,
Right.
then leading up into a rebirth of a whole entire different career, based upon the idea of Howard Stern, commenting to both Sharon, his wife, who was a brilliant businesswoman, who, in my opinion, is the first and a much better, from morally and in other ways, better Kris Kardashian, formulating an entire empire of a show called The Osbournes. And huge fan of Ozzy, and I think that at the end of the day, as dysfunctional as that family seemed, it was a true family unit based in love. So, and I'll be honest with you, the life that Ozzy Osbourne lived, he should have been dead about 30 years ago. So the fact that he made it to 76 is a not a minor miracle, but a major one.
Exactly. What about you, Noonie?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I heard his music all like that. I'm not like that, but I am a fan of his wife. So if I'm a fan of his wife, I'm a fan of him.
Right.
So, but yeah, I just like the way he dressed, his antics and all of that. I just like the way he treats his family. You know, he's very family oriented. So yeah, I liked him. I liked him, and it was very unfortunate he passed away as well. So rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne.
What about you, Soren Baker?
I don't have as much insight on this one, although I do know that they were gonna their business acumen, I think, is extremely impressive, as Mad Links in particular was noting, because to be able to build an empire, a show, and rebrand yourself in a different way is what life is all about. And especially, obviously, as we all know, in the entertainment business, you have to constantly adjust and rebrand yourself. And they did a phenomenal job of that. And Ozzy was able to do that thanks in large part to Sharon's vision to be able to really sustain a career for an additional few decades. So salute to that for sure.
Yes, thank you. And what about you, Terminator?
So yeah, I agree. He was able to reinvent himself. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was kind of tossed out of Black Sabbath, and it ended up being that his solo career outshined him, and they kind of begged him to go back on tour with them. And he kind of, when they faded away, and he was humble and said, "Okay, I'll help you guys out," and rejoin the group so they can make some money. So yeah, salute to Ozzy.
That's right. So
Hey,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, just a quick add-on. So Terminator, and to Nooney, because you're a fan of his wife, so you're a fan of him. After getting kicked out of the group, actually, it was Sharon Osbourne, who was the daughter of a high-powered manager who actually went and took Ozzy Osbourne, who was in the midst of a drug-induced bender, and had that belief in him, and really worked on developing him as a talent that she saw the potential in what he was and what he still could be. So it's an amazing story, and as I said, Ozzy's an all-time great. They later came on and even did what was called the Ozfest for a number of years. So he became not only a musical icon, but they also, as a family, became a business one as well.
Shout out real quick, if I may jump in. Shout out to the Good Wives. This story kind of reminds me of Charlie Wilson, who his wife pulled him out of whatever he was in, and look where he is today. So shout out to the Good Wives. I need one of them.
Exactly. So what we doing? We got around about 5 minutes, and always got to get in our message of hope. This is our spiritual side of the show that we give homage and thanks to the Almighty living God. And this is D with our message of hope.
Good morning. Our scripture comes from Psalms 139, 1-2. Lord, you have searched me and known me. You understand my thought from afar. Devotional. Today, listen to your thoughts. Think about what you think about. This will show you what is truly dominating your mind. Because if you're continually saying, God is not going to speak to me, if you continually say, I don't deserve the love of God, or any variation of these messages, then no matter how loudly God speaks to you, you will not believe it. You may even be afraid to listen to God. You may feel so condemned that you do not want to hear how else you are falling short. But friend, you must see yourself as the Lord sees you, as his beloved, blood-brought child who needs God's divine guidance and grace every day. Jesus has forgiven your sins and made you acceptable and worthwhile. He has sealed you with his Holy Spirit and made you his representative in this lost world. He cannot take you home to heaven immediately after you accepted Jesus Christ as Savior, but he didn't, because you have a story to tell. You've had your sins forgiven, and there are others who need to hear how profoundly God has set you free. So embrace who you are and fight any feelings of inferiority and guilt with the truth of Scripture. A parrot thought is Jesus. Thank you for loving me and having a purpose for my life. Help me to see my life as you do. Have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you, D. And I want to say, Bridget, make it home, baby. And also I want to thank Mark Hayes. And I want to thank Tony Medley, the producer, one of the producers here on the Chris Thomas Show. And thank the Hall of Famers, Fly Cry, and Uncle James. And I want all the guys. Also want to thank Noonie LaRue, baby. You got through it. She got through it, didn't you, fellas?
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. So before we talk anything, I want everybody to get their social media in. Terminator, tell everybody your social media.
Social media is at DJ Terminator X, and my website is djterminatorx.com. YouTube DJ Terminator X.
All right, Soren.
Yeah, you can follow me at Soren Baker, SORENBAKER, and then at Unique Access ENT, Unique Access Entertainment on YouTube. Lots of great interviews there with Ice-T, MC Ren, Terminator X, Chris Thomas, DJ Mad Links, DJ Yella, NWA, MC8, and dozens of others.
DJ Mad Links.
You know me, I keep it simple. All social media at DJ MADLINX.
Well, coming up very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who live in Las Vegas, I will be hosting Big Tony's production, the Las Vegas Steppers Club. So it's going to be steppers from all over the country. And it's like from the 23rd to the 26th. And it's going to be, I'll be telling you more about it as we get closer to the date. But we want to thank Noonie LaRue. I think she had to tap out, and we always waiting for our girl Layla Lopez. And fellas, I mean, real quick about Malcolm Jamal Warner. How would you feel? Every time I watch the show now, being that he was so young, I'm gonna say in my mind, what if? What would you say? Soren?
I feel like we lost a big talent, as we saw from the Breakfast Show clip. He was a wide-ranging talent that had a lot of interest. He'd done so many different shows and cartoons and different things that I think people don't realize if they did really pay attention to his legacy. It's a lot deeper and wider than people realize. So, definitely lost a great one.
Well, guys, it looked like we are kind of out of time. And what we'll do is we'll pick up tomorrow if there's anything else we have on Malcolm Jamal Warner. So I'd like to say, everybody, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. I'd like to thank y'all for listening. I want to thank the top-notch all-star team, because without them, there is no me. We'll check you out later. All right, Vegas and world. Peace.
Bright lights, big city. Good morning, Vegas. It's the Chris Thomas Morning Show. Fly Cry, Uncle James, Hall of Fame.
Y'all need to pay homage, the original host. Chris Thomas, the mayor in Vegas. With Layla, call her the Vegases. Every time we on the radio, you say it's us. Plus, we got Terminator X on the cut. In the public, the enemy is off in the cut. But a back of Mad Leaks with the Cuban guns. The music that'll make you do the butt. We're storing for show. We're here to introduce you to the morning show.
Chris is chillin', Terminator's chillin'. Hall of Famers reppin', people, what you think? Layla is chillin', Soren is chillin'. Click word for Billy and we got Mad Links. James Gang reppin', Big Wig reppin'. Akron, Cleveland, LA to Vegas. Fly Cry, LeBron James a rap. I'm a pro model, I see your brain and cap.
Noonie